Hi guys, I'm live. How you doing? Anyway, this isn't what I did the video to say, but I just out where the courthouse is, where I have to do jury duty in 2.5 weeks, and so I know where it is. I think I have an idea which bus goes there because it's like a 4-hour walk from my house, either each way if I want to not use the bus. I think I know which bus to use. I know where it is, and that's cool. So I checked that out today. Next thing I'm going to say is also not what the video is about. People, like I just read a hate message that says, problem is he can't play guitar. Well, I could say to that hater, problem is he can't hate. But he's literally hating me, and I'm literally playing the guitar. So neither of those statements would make much sense. The statement I can't play guitar is like saying that to the hater, you can't hate. Well, of course he can. He's hating me, and of course I can play guitar and I play it. There's that. But I wanted to do this video to celebrate a breakthrough. But I want to explain all the backstory to it and everything else. So sorry if that's boring. First of all, my breakthrough was in technique today. But before I go into what the breakthrough was, I think there's 4 things in guitar that are important. And you can think of them as north, south, east, and west on a compass, like a cross, or, one is north, one's south, one's west, one's east. I think north would be technique, south would be theory, west would be creativity, and east would be sound. I think those are the 4 important things about guitar playing: technique, creativity, sound, and theory. That's just according to me, but that's how I kind of think. And I think that for me, my theory breakthrough was interesting because I have a feeling in life, especially my life as well, that things come in threes. Threes, the number 3. And technically that should be true. And the problem with what I've been thinking about my technique is that I'd only had 2 major breakthroughs in technique in my life. First, I'd like to say what those were, and then I'd like to say what the third one is that just hit me today. The first one, technique breakthrough I had, was when I learned to tap, like Eruption, like Eddie Van Halen. I learned that in 1983 after 1 year of guitar lessons. So that was my first technical breakthrough. That might have been an impasse for me because my teacher, Tom Franks, just after playing a year, just brings in Van Halen Eruption on a little cassette player, his cassette player that he used for the lessons, and just said, "Do it, Jimmy. See if you can do it." If I would have said I can't do that, or that's over my head, I might have quit guitar on the spot. But I said challenge accepted, and actually, by a year I was already doing it. So that must have been like at 6 months that he brought that in, because I know I did my recital when I was 16, and that was in 1983, and I'd only been playing 1 year. So actually, mistaken history there. Actually, it was more like 6 or 7 months of playing that he brought in Eruption by Eddie Van Halen. Within a year I was doing it, but that was my first technical breakthrough. Then I didn't have another technical breakthrough until 1995. And that's the year I got stabbed in the back, literally, by a black dude named Dorian in the streets of Santa Monica at 2 a.m. And Dorian is interestingly the second mode of a major scale, exactly what his name was. That year I had a dream. When I woke up, I was able to do alternate picking. So alternate picking was my second technical breakthrough. And I thought there just has to be a third one. Things just can't go. There has to be a third one. Now, when I say this breakthrough that just happened today, which is the third one, it's going to sound like the boy that cried wolf, because I've talked about this already, and I've said things like I've done it and I have it, but I didn't really until today, and that is fully using my pinky on my left hand. That's the third breakthrough. It's hard to do. I'm going to hold the phone in a certain way so you can see soft evidence that I can do this. If you hold your fingers out, finger 1 can do this, finger 2 can do this, no flip off intended, finger 3 can do this, and finger 4 can do this. That's hard to do with your little finger. Well, I finally got it. My little finger can actually play, and that's the third breakthrough. So I've had my number 3 breakthrough. and like to talk about the math of using 4 fingers versus 3. If this is boring, just click off, but if it isn't, cool. There's something called a permutation. A permutation of a set of n elements, n meaning the letter n, which is any number. The number of permutations of n elements is n factorial. And n factorial is 1 plus 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, etc. up to n. So if you have one element, there's only one permutation, and 1 factorial is 1. If you have 2 elements, you have 2 permutations, because 2 factorial is 1 times 2, which is 2. And of course, if you have 2 elements, there's only 2 ways of ordering them. If you have 3 elements, which could mean standing for 3 fingers on the left hand, there's only 6 permutations possible, or orderings of 3 elements, because 3 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3, which is 6. But with 4 elements, which could be 4 fingers, and permutations of which is a number of ways of ordering them, there's actually 24 permutations, because 4 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4, which is 24. There's 24 ways of ordering your 4 fingers on your left hand, which is significantly more variance and potential and possibility than just the 6 ways of ordering 3 fingers. And that's if you don't use your pinky. So you jump up by a factor of 4, and just the sheer diversity of your fingering potential, if just by adding the 4th finger. And the other thing I want to say that's interesting about that is that I've heard it said that 4 is the highest number of elements that the human mind can reasonably order in their mind. In other words, if you see 4 fingers, your mind can get around how many ways there are of ordering the 4 fingers. But if you had 5 fingers, or 4 fingers including the thumb, or whatever, 5 elements, it's more than the mind can comprehend about that. So 4 is the highest number of elements that you can get your head around. So it's really cool that we were born with 4 fingers. If we were born with 5 and then a thumb, our minds wouldn't be able to get our head around. Our minds couldn't get our head around all the possibilities of ordering the number of fingers we would have. So it'd be really, really hard to live with. So anyway, that's my 3rd breakthrough, is a little pinky. And I think I might have said that. Yeah, I think I said this already, but I want to add that I know it sounds like the boy that cried wolf syndrome, because I've talked about using my little finger for 10 years maybe, or whatever, but it finally hit me today. That's my 3rd breakthrough in guitar technique. So love you guys, peace, rock and roll.